how can we obtain different gases from air? Means how can we separate gases from gases? We know that air is a homogeneous mixture and can be separated into its compound by fractional distillation. Air is a heterogeneous mixture, not homogeneous. Air is a heterogeneous mixture and can be separated into its component by fractional distillation. Components of air can be separated by which process? By fractional distillation. In fraction, we know that air contains oxygen, carbon dioxide, nitrogen, helium, dust particles and many other gases. That's why it is heterogeneous. This is the flow diagram. Air compress and cool by increasing pressure and decreasing temperature. This process is called fractional distillation, and this apparatus is used for fractional distillation. Air compress and cool by increasing pressure and decreasing temperature. On increasing pressure and decreasing temperature, air get liquefied, or we can say on compressing and cooling by increased pressure and decreasing temperature, air get liquefied. Okay, and then liquid air allowed to warm up slowly in fractional distillation column. Okay, now gases get separated at different heights. So in this process, in this way, different components of air get separated in different columns. Okay, gases get separated at different heights. Boiling point, oxygen minus 183, argon, all the gases have different boiling point, and on different temperature they get separated into and goes into the different columns of fractional distillation chamber. If we want oxygen gas from air, we have to separate out all the other gases present in the air, because air contains so many gases. The air is compressed by increasing the pressure. Here you can see air is compressed by increasing the pressure, air under pressure, then it converts into hot air, then it goes to the next chamber. Okay, here freezing and cold water, and on decreasing the temperature, when we decrease the temperature, water get out and cold compressed air goes to the next chamber, that is called separated. From here different components of air goes into the different chamber. Okay, so we have to separate out all other gases. The air is compressed by increasing the pressure, and then it is cooled by decreasing the temperature. Air is compressed by increasing the pressure, and then it is cooled by decreasing the temperature to get liquid air. This liquid air is allowed to warm up slowly in the fractional distillation column, where gases get separated in different height depending upon their boiling point. When we warm up the air, so on different boiling point, different gases get separated into different columns. Okay, in this way we can separate the different gases from air. Next is, how can we separate a mixture of salt and ammonium chloride? We know that ammonium chloride is an example of sublimation. It is a sublimation substance like camphor, naphthalene balls, anthracene, camphor, ammonium chloride. These are the sublimable substance. What is sublimation? In this process, solid substance directly convert into gaseous form without going into the liquid phase. We know that firstly solid on heating, solid get converted into liquid. After that, again on heating, it get converted into air. But in sublimation process, like camphor, ammonium chloride, naphthalene balls, these substance directly on heating directly convert into gaseous form. This process is called sublimation, and these substances are called sublimate substance. We know that ammonium chloride gases directly from solid gases state on heating. So, to separate such mixture that contains sublimate volatile components from a non-sublimable impure substance, means here we have to separate salt, which is non-sublimable, okay, and ammonium chloride, which is sublimable substance, volatile substance. On heating it convert into air. Okay, so we can easily separate these two substances by the sublimation process. The sublimation process used. Some example of solids while sublime are ammonium chloride, camphor, naphthalene. Okay, so in this process we heat. Here we taken mixture of ammonium chloride and salt. Now we have to separate these both substances. Now on heating, put this substance in petri dish and cover with inverted funnel and close it with cotton plug. So on heating we know that solid ammonium chloride, which is a sublimable substance, so on heating it directly convert into solid ammonium, it convert into vapors ammonium chloride, and it will be collect here on the edges of the funnel, and salt will be sediment on the petri dish. In this way we can separate ammonium chloride with salt by the process of sublimation. Now physical and chemical changes. What is physical changes? Changes which substance in which only physical properties like shape, size and color changes on changing the condition, but after changing the condition, reversing the condition, it again come back to its original form is called physical changes. For example, stretching of rubber band, after changing the condition it will again come back to its original position, original shape. Okay, making any shape, roti, chapati from dough, and folding of paper, it is also a physical change, because when we open this it will again come back to its original form. Okay, ice convert into liquid water, water convert into vapors on changing the condition, means decreasing the temperature, gaseous form of water convert into liquid form, then on again freezing it will convert into solid form. So these type of changes are called physical change. In physical change, no new substance is formed. After changing the condition we get back the original substance. But in chemical changes, once the substance get changed, it does not get back in its original form, because new substance form with different properties, with chemical composition. Okay, like burning of paper, after burning it convert into ashes and water and vapors, so we will not get back the paper again. Growing of a tree, germination of seed, growing of a of child into adult. So these are the changes which we cannot substance or things cannot get back in its original form. This type of changes are called chemical changes.